Our planet holds countless mysteries, many of them beyond human imagination. There are places so surreal, they make you think they only exist in sci-fi movies. But these unique wonders are real, carved over millions of years. Hidden on remote islands, or in places almost impossible to reach. Sometimes they're even human-made structures hidden by nature for years. Today, we're starting a fascinating journey to these strange, hidden corners, revealing destinations that make this world magical and one of a kind. Welcome to Strangest Places. Explore places that don't seem real. Our first destination is Fly Geyser, a geothermal wonder in the middle of the Nevada desert, USA. Attracting both scientists and nature lovers with its unique appearance. Fly Geyser isn't a natural geyser. It's a man-made phenomenon, formed from drilling activity in 1960. During a search for energy sources, they accidentally hit a geothermal pocket, causing hot water to erupt to the surface. Over time, the mineral-rich water gradually built up, creating the brightly colored terraces and pools we see today. For geologists, it's a fascinating case study of geothermal activity. However, since it's on private land, you can't just walk up to it. You can only visit through guided tours. Its remote location and limited access add to its mystery, while also protecting its fragile ecosystem. If you think Earth has been fully explored, Socotra will change your mind. This unusual island in Yemen has over 35% of its plant and animal species found nowhere else on Earth. Isolated for millions of years, Socotra evolved into a unique ecosystem, often called the Galapagos of the Indian Ocean. with around 700 endemic species. One of the most remarkable is the dragon's blood tree. These umbrella-shaped trees are found across the island. Their wide canopy reduces water loss in the dry climate, and their red sap was once used in medicine, dyes, or ancient rituals. With caves, strange rock formations, and white sand beaches, Socotra feels otherworldly. Once threatened by human activity, it was recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2008 to protect its unique ecosystem. Remote, wild, and still full of unsolved mysteries. Do you dare to explore this alien paradise? Houtouwan was once home to about 2,000 fishermen, located about 50 miles off the coast of Shanghai on Shengshan Island. As fish stocks dwindled and new opportunities arose elsewhere, people gradually left. And nature didn't wait. Vines covered the houses, and the whole village looked like it was being swallowed by the earth. It transformed from a bustling town into a deserted village covered in green. That is, until a doctor from Shanghai stumbled upon this Garden of Eden. Her photos quickly went viral, attracting people from all over to visit and explore the green-covered ruins. Thanks to the growth in tourism, some former residents have returned, creating new livelihood opportunities. Houtouwan shows how quickly nature can reclaim areas once inhabited by humans when they are abandoned. Hashima Island, also known as Battleship Island, is an abandoned island off Nagasaki, Japan, both haunting and fascinating. In the early 20th century, it was a busy coal mining center with one of the highest population densities in the world. With tall concrete buildings housing thousands of workers and families. However, during World War II, its history turned dark when forced laborers from Korea and China worked in harsh and dangerous conditions, leading to many deaths, and called Hell Island. After coal mining declined, Hashima was abandoned in 1974 and became a ghost island. Today, nature is slowly reclaiming the ruins, and the abandoned buildings reflect both nostalgia and the island's historical significance. Laos, a landlocked country in Southeast Asia, holds the mysterious plain of jars. Spread across rugged grasslands north of Vientiane, it contains about 3,000 giant stone jars, some up to 3 meters tall and weighing 30 tons. It's surrounded by mountains. Forests have taiga and other dangers. The Plain of Jars was long known to locals, but it gained widespread attention when French archaeologists studied it. Many jars contain pottery, small weapons, bronze jewelry, and even human bones. Some jars even have carvings of human figures, including a frogman motif similar to those at Huashan. Initially, the jars were thought to be from the Iron Age, but a 2021 study suggests they may be over 3,000 years old. Their origin and purpose still baffle scholars, though locals have their own explanations. In Yemen's Hadramaut Valley, a cluster of ancient mud brick skyscrapers rises from the desert floor. This is the walled city of Shibam, considered the oldest metropolis to use vertical construction, also known as the Manhattan of the desert. What's special about it is that its 500 towers, ranging from 5 to 11 stories high, are all built from mud bricks. To protect the buildings from rain and erosion, the walls must be regularly coated with fresh layers of mud. This clever urban planning was used to protect residents from nomadic attacks and to adapt to the desert climate. Inside, the houses are colorful despite their sand-colored exterior. With over 2,000 years of history, Shibam is a UNESCO Cultural Heritage Site symbolizing human resilience in the desert. This is Coober, Pedy, the opal mining capital of the world, with more than it seems. half of its 2,500 residents live in underground homes carved into sandstone, including even a church. This helps them escape extreme temperatures from 1 degree Celsius in winter to 45 degrees Celsius in summer, while underground stays a steady 22 degrees Celsius. An upside-down life is normal here. Children grow up digging to expand their homes. Accidentally digging into a neighbor's house is common. Ventilation systems keep air flowing, and power mainly comes from solar, creating an eco-friendly lifestyle. Expanding your home can bring good fortune, as you may find gemstones. One hotel even discovered opals worth nearly $1.5 million during construction. Today, Coober Pedy is still covered with millions of digging holes across the land. Mount Roraima is a tepui on the border of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana in the Guyana highlands. It is one of the oldest geological formations on Earth, formed about 2 billion years ago. It rises about 1,000 meters above the rainforest, with steep cliffs over 400 meters and a flat summit often covered in clouds. Due to millions of years of isolation, its summit developed a unique ecosystem with many endemic species, including carnivorous plants and animals like the Roraima bush toad and black frog. Long known to the indigenous Payman people as sacred land, it was later explored by outsiders and inspired Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World. It is a popular destination for adventure tourism, but faces challenges in conserving its ecosystem and developing sustainable tourism. What if an entire town lived in one building? If you find that hard to imagine, then let's explore the town of Whittier, Alaska. More than 200 residents all live together in a 14-story building called the Baggage Towers, a former military barracks. Inside the building, there's a hospital, a school, a grocery store, a police station, a church, a post office, the city government. an important piece of information for those planning to visit. You can only get there by tunnel or by sea. And don't forget to pay attention to the curfew. Each direction of traffic can only pass through once an hour, and the tunnel closes at 11:30 p.m. To outsiders, Whittier is the weirdest town in Alaska, but to its residents, it's a great and close-knit place to live. Pyramiden, named after the pyramid-shaped mountain behind it, was once the northernmost city in Europe, near the 79th parallel. With over 1,000 residents, it was once one of the most ideal and profitable workplaces during the Soviet era. It had full facilities, including a school, cultural center, sports complex, dormitories, and a communal cafeteria. The buildings feature a distinct Soviet style with mosaic art and materials like asbestos. However, Pyramiden was abandoned in 1998 and became a ghost town, frozen in time. From dead potted plants to chairs still scattered about. About 10 years ago, Russia opened the place to tourism, but development remains limited due to COVID and war making travel here difficult. Exploring the area is dangerous, and you may need a rifle for protection. To get the best view of the northern lights and the super blue blood moon, there's only the town of Longyearbyen in the Svalbard archipelago, Norway. Located about 1,050 kilometers from the North Pole, this is a place where the sun doesn't set for 4 months. And darkness covers the town for the next 4 months of the year. Longyearbyen was originally founded for coal mining. But now, it's a hub for scientific research and adventure tourism. Currently, 2,400 residents from over 50 countries live here, and you can also easily become one of them because the town allows immigration without a visa. Despite the harsh natural conditions, life in Longyearbyen has its own unique characteristics, along with rare natural beauty. Have you ever heard of an island within a lake, which itself is on another island? Welcome to Vulcan Point, located in the crater lake of Taal volcano on Luzon Island, Philippines. This Russian doll geography formed through volcanic activity over thousands of years. After eruptions, the crater filled with water to form a lake, and a small island emerged within it. This island in a lake on an island structure has made it one of the most impressive geographical features. The landscape changes with volcanic activity and water levels, showing the instability of the region. Although many tourists want to visit Vulcan Point, the number of visitors is strictly controlled by the Philippine government to ensure safety. Humans are always drawn to the most dangerous and unique places on Earth. Freedom Cove is a unique floating structure off the west coast of Canada. Built by Catherine King and her husband. It is like an artificial island, with a home, workshop, art gallery, greenhouses, and a floating garden. The couple began living there in the early 1990s, using recycled materials such as driftwood and scraps from fish farms. Over time, it was expanded and improved with solar power and a natural water system. Life here depends heavily on nature. Winters are cold and windy, and travel is mainly by boat. They rarely go to the mainland and once lived a long time without internet. Still, they are happy and see their home as a living artwork. Freedom Cove also welcomes visitors, offering a chance to experience a self-sufficient life in harmony with nature. Beneath the waters off Yonaguni Island, Japan, lies a mysterious rock structure first discovered in 1986 by a diver exploring the ocean floor. What found was truly amazing. A massive, well-shaped formation that upon closer look appeared not only natural, but possibly man-made. It features terraces, pillars, and stair, unlike typical rock formations. This discovery immediately became a topic of debate because of how much it resembled a man-made structure. Some believe it's the ruins of an ancient city linked to Atlantis or an ancient Pacific civilization. Others argue it's just the product of natural geological processes. Even with other artifacts found nearby, the true origin of Yonaguni remains unsolved. Is this a real-life Atlantis, or just a clever trick by Mother Nature herself? In a hidden area of China, Zhangjiajie has a surreal landscape, unlike anywhere else, with huge sandstone pillars rising into the sky. It is part of the Wulingyuan scenic area, covering about 4,800 hectares and home to over 3,000 stone pillars over 200 meters tall. Covered with greenery and mist, they create a floating, unreal view. This landscape inspired the Hallelujah Mountains in the movie Avatar. You can experience the Bailong Elevator, the world's tallest outdoor elevator, or cross a glass bridge suspended 300 meters above the ground. Zhangjiajie also has rich biodiversity and changing seasonal scenery, along with local legends like the Five-Fingered Peak. It is part of China's conservation efforts and remains one of the most spectacular real places on Earth. Spanning over 26,000 hectares in Hunan province, Wulingyuan is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and China's first national forest park. It boasts one of the most unique landscapes, with a collection of over 1,000 majestic sandstone pillars. These stone pillars, in all shapes and sizes, from slender to massive, rise straight up to the sky amidst lush green forests. After millions of years of erosion by wind and water, they have formed a rare stone forest. In addition, a system of gorges, karst caves, and intertwined streams and waterfalls has created an incredibly rich ecosystem. The beauty of Wulingyuan has inspired poets for centuries. Today, it is not only a famous tourist destination, but is also considered a masterpiece, sculpted by the hands of nature and time. Step into the Wulingyuan scenic area, and the beauty of Zhangjiajie surrounds you. You're on Tianzi Mountain, the king of the stone forest, over 1,200 meters high. From the peak, you see thousands of sandstone pillars rising through clouds like a fantasy world. In just a few minutes, the sky around you constantly changes from clear blue to being covered in thick clouds, like a non-stop opening and closing curtain. It's not just about the spectacular scenery. The mountain is also tied to the historical legend of the hero Hung Dai Quan. Who once led an uprising and was honored by the people as Tianzi. To get to the top and admire the stone forest flying in the sky, one of the world's most impressive natural wonders, you can choose to take a cable car or a bus. Imagine you living in a place where the sun disappears for 5 straight months. How would you adapt? For the people of the town of Rjukan in Norway, this is a yearly reality. Nestled between steep mountains, the town receives absolutely no direct sunlight from October until March of the following year. For over a century, the residents got used to and adapted to this prolonged darkness. But a creative solution changed everything. They installed giant mirrors on a nearby mountaintop, controlled by computers to automatically rotate with the sun. These mirrors reflect direct sunlight down into the central town square, creating a precious patch of light during the dark winter months. Giving people a place to gather, socialize, and feel the warmth of the sun. Could you live in a place without sunlight for months on end? Burj Al Babas is an abandoned city in a pine forest in central Turkey. Where hundreds of Disney-style castles stand side by side like a fairy tale. The project started in 2014 by Sarot Group, planning 732 identical villas and a luxury complex with a mall, hot springs, spa, cinema, and restaurants. However, the project quickly ran into many problems. It was opposed by the local community and environmentalists. Then it was hit hard by Turkey's 2018 economic crisis, and by 2019, many parts of the project began to deteriorate, and the project officially went bankrupt. Today, Burj Al Babas has become a giant ghost city with hundreds of empty villas standing in silence. Both attracting curious tourists and serving as a symbol of the collapse of oversized real estate ambitions. Setenil de las Bodegas, and the scene before you will make you stop in your tracks. This is not a normal village. The white houses are not just beside cliffs, they are built under them, like the mountain is protecting the town. Walking along the Trejo River, through cool streets even in the sun. You feel how people here have lived for centuries, not fighting nature, but becoming a part of it. It was once just a small town near Ronda, but when you see giant limestone boulders serving as rooftops, you understand why thousands of people find their way here every year. And when you raise a glass of local wine, you're tasting a long-held grape-growing tradition that's slowly being revived. That's what Setenil is all about. This place isn't just a destination. It's a way of life. Forget shiny skyscrapers. In Tunisia, there's a completely different kind of place where people don't live on the ground, but inside it. Matmata. The entrance to a home is a system of mysterious tunnels leading to rooms fully equipped with living amenities. Each home has a central courtyard to catch the breeze and serve as a gathering place for the family. To escape the intense heat, cave dwellings like these are a perfect choice. No air conditioning, no heating. The natural earth keeps it cool during the day and warm at night. At Matmata, you will experience Amazigh culture, welcoming people, rich local cuisine, and traditional stories preserved through generations in this underground kingdom. Deep in Namibia, in the Sossusvlei dunes, Dedvlei looks like a surreal painting, with black acacia trees against the sky and land. Hundreds of years ago, when the Sarchab River flooded, the abundant water once nourished a lush acacia thorn forest. But climate change and moving sand dunes blocked the river, drying it out and killing the trees. Now, only black tree skeletons remain in the desert. The contrast of black trees, white dry ground, red dunes, and blue sky creates amazing photos, making it a paradise for photographers. To get to Dedvlei, you have to walk at least 1 kilometer from the parking lot, so don't forget to bring water. You can read about the Sossusvlei experience in many travel articles, but you have to experience it firsthand to truly understand its beauty. You are now in one of the hottest inhabited places on Earth. In northern Ethiopia, the Danakil Depression looks like another planet. The ground is covered with yellow and green minerals, with hot acid pools releasing toxic gases. There is no cold water and almost no relief from the extreme heat. A major feature is the salt flats, and every day, salt miners still venture deep into this desert to work. They cut salt blocks by hand in over 40 degrees Celsius heat, then carry them away by camel. After their long days, they don't stay. They leave because surviving the night here is nearly impossible. Nearby is the Houtouwan volcano, which has the world's oldest continuously active lava lake. Traveling here requires great care. You need to bring plenty of water and backup equipment. In the Siem Reap region, there is a place where life flows with the rhythm of the water. Chong Knees is the gateway to Tonlé Sap Lake. Over 6,000 people live on the lake, mostly fishermen, in floating houses, markets, schools, and restaurants. Each year, Tonlé Sap changes dramatically. In the rainy season, water from the Mekong River causes the lake to expand and flood surrounding areas. In the dry season, it shrinks and reveals a different world underneath. Life here depends entirely on that rhythm of change. Fishermen cast their nets in the flooded forests, and the fish population thrives with the rise and fall of the water. In Tonlé Sap, people don't fight nature. They live with it, flow with it, and survive because of it. The boundary between land and lake is never fixed. Located in the heart of Cambodia, Tonlé Sap is the largest freshwater lake in Southeast Asia. Often called an inland ocean, over 250 kilometers long and up to 100 kilometers wide. What makes it special is not only its size, but its unusual change. Each year in the rainy season, rising waters from the Mekong River reverse its flow, making the lake expand greatly. In the dry season, it shrinks again. This cycle supports a rich ecosystem with over 200 fish species and millions of water birds, and also supports the lives of more than 3 million Cambodians. Behind it, beauty lies a harsh reality. A lack of healthcare, sanitation, and a precarious livelihood make life full of risks. Tonlé Sap is not just a lake, it is the living heart of Cambodia, and even today it is not fully understood by science. Let's explore next destination. Paisu Pok, a hidden gem deep in the primary forest of Sulawesi, in the village of Luk Panenteng, Indonesia. Even though its name means black water, the lake is actually crystal clear and blue, like a mirror, because of the plants and shapes under the water. From the surface, you can see old tree trunks resting below, creating a unique view. As a little-known place, it is quiet and peaceful, perfect for boating or swimming in clean nature. For those who love diving and exploring, the bottom of the lake is a mesmerizing aquatic world waiting to be deciphered. Tucked away in the pristine forest, this area is not only home to the endemic Banggai crow, but also preserves the pure way of life of the local indigenous communities. Are you ready for Paisu Pok? About 4 miles off mainland Iceland, in the Vestmannaeyjar Islands in the south, there is a lone white house often called the loneliest house in the world. It is not as mysterious as online rumors say. The house was built around 300 years ago and once belonged to 5 families who lived by hunting puffins, fishing, and raising cattle. It's not a billionaire's mansion, nor is it a celebrity's vacation home. However, the inside is fully equipped with several beds, a small kitchen, and a grill on the porch. When living conditions became too difficult, the families left, leaving the island back to nature. Today, the island is owned by the LA Hunting Association and is used as a resting place for puffin hunters. Unless you know the island's owner, it's almost impossible to visit freely. In Poland, there is a forest called the Crooked Forest with around 400 strangely bent pine trees planted in the 1930s when the area was still part of Germany. Initially, these pine trees grew straight like normal. But somewhere between their 7th and 10th year, something happened. A mysterious force intentionally bent them, creating a perfect J shape. Each tree is about 20 meters tall, and today only around 60 remain, as many are aging and dying. The bent trees grow in groups, while nearby trees grow normally. Some theories suggest it was due to a heavy snowstorm, while others believe that local farmers intervened, shaping the trees as they grew. However, these are all just theories, and to this day, the origin of the Crooked Forest remains a mystery. Did you know that in the desert of southern Peru, there are giant figures that can only be seen from the sky? The Nazca Lines are one of the world's biggest mysteries, with over 300 geoglyphs made between 1 to 600 AD by pre-Inca cultures. The drawings show animals, humans, and geometric shapes were made by removing the red topsoil to reveal lighter ground. Some lines are small, others are very long, showing careful planning by ancient people. The most famous are the giant hummingbird, linked to water and life, and the astronaut, which has many interpretations. While there is no clear answer, many researchers believe the Nazca Lines were used for rituals, astronomy. If you want to explore one of Peru's biggest mysteries, this is the ideal destination for your travel list. Before you is Clipperton, a coral ring in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. No trees or fresh water, only a toxic lagoon unusable. It is more than 1,000 kilometers from Mexico. Despite its harsh land and poor resources, the island was disputed by France, Mexico, Great Britain, and the United States in the late 19th century because of guano, a valuable fertilizer at the time. In 1906, Mexico sent soldiers and their families to live there. At first, supply ships came regularly, but during the Mexican Revolution, the island was abandoned. The people faced hunger, disease, and hardship. They even refused rescue once, which made the situation worse. In 1917, the last survivors were finally saved. Clipperton stands as a silent symbol of colonial ambition and forgotten people in the middle of ocean. You've just journeyed through mysterious places that very few people have ever had the chance to see. Where the lines between history, nature, and isolation almost completely disappear. Each place holds a strange, even chilling story that makes us wonder how many other forgotten lands are out there waiting to be discovered. Which place would you like to explore? Let us know, and feel free to add to our list by sharing your own experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next exciting adventures.